So Google Analytics, as I already said, it has some sections like real-time audience acquisition, behavior, and conversions. Okay, we had pretty good time checking out what were the options available inside real-time options. Okay, now we are going to understand about the audience section of Google Analytics. Audience section, which means basically what is the meaning of audience? You can go to Google and try to search. Okay, meaning of audience. Okay, meaning of the word audience. What does it say? All the people who are watching or listening to a play, concert, speech in a television. Means there is an event happening and people who are watching it, those people are called audience. Okay. The second meaning is a formal meeting with very important person. Okay. Meeting with important person, that is also called audience. Okay. So this is the meaning. Basically, people when they watch a particular event or a program. Now, what is the product here? It is a website, right? Now, who are all the people who are watching this website's content and all the stuff? Okay, is what being told here. Okay, who are all the people who are watching this website and all the stuff? Okay, so that section we call it as audience section. Okay, audience section you can see here. And basically with respect to audience, with respect to behavior and also conversions and all the sections, you will have a button called overview. Okay, overview. Overview is something which is going to give you the summary of the complete report available. So in a single window you can see the summary of the whole stuff. Okay, the overview says all users are those people who come and visit your website. Visitors we can also call as users. Okay, you can save this report, you can export the report which you are seeing at the bottom, you can share this report to another person through email, and you can also see the insights which is used by the AI, artificial intelligence system, to give you some insights about a business website and performance. Okay, if you still come down, you look at this graph whichever you are seeing here. 20 users then dropped. On October 15th 9 users came to the website. October 16th 6 users came to the website. October 17th 4 users. October 18th 9 users. And yesterday October 19th I received somewhere around 10 users to the website. Okay, and this is the total summary which I receive. I'm looking at the per day data. I can also look into a hourly data which says on October 19th per hour I received visitors per hour. Can you see different visitors on different hours? Okay, at 4 o'clock I had no visitors. At 12 o'clock in the afternoon I had 2 visitors, something like that. And I can also see the report based on the week. For example, every 7 days, okay, it says for the whole week. And I can also see the data per month. So this is basically this particular data range option to choose is available almost in every window of Google Analytics. Okay, this is overview, and basically you can go with the day option, and this overview is going to let you know total users who came to your website. Out of the total users, how many users are new who is coming to your website for the first time? And there is something called the sessions. Okay, sessions are the number of times a person opens your website. Okay, number of time a person opens your website. If a person opens your website and stays on your site without moving away for a long time, that is called one session. You know very well now we are having a digital marketing session. Session is nothing but a shorter period of time. Okay, within a shorter period of time, you would have experienced the concept of sessions in several places. Okay, what do they say? The number of sessions within the date range. A session is the period or a time a user is actively engaged with your website, application, etc. Okay, people come, they are actively using your website, that is called a session. For example, you go to a bank account, you use the net banking option available in your bank account, and after some time you don't use your bank account, then the session is going to be expired. then you have to log in again. Facebook, you use your Facebook for some time and you don't access Facebook for another 24 to 48 hours, then the session will expire and then Facebook will ask you to log in again. Okay, so basically a session, which means like how many people came to the website and stayed in the website actively for some time. Okay, that is basically called a session. Sessions are short term, long term. Okay, the OTP that you receive for your mobile online transactions, they are short term sessions. Like the OTP is valid only for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes the OTP will be expired. Okay, at the same time, and there is something called user sessions per user. How many people came? Okay, how many people came to the website, okay, for every sessions that is being created. Okay, we have got a page views. Okay, these are all the total number of pages that the visitor views. For example, I come to this website, I come to, I open any website. I will open google.com itself, and under google.com I visited the google.com homepage, the page view 1, and I go and I click on the option that is called button. I click on this. Now I go to the another page inside Google that is called page view 2. I go to this one. This is basically search.google.com, right? Page view 2. And I go to another page inside this one, the terms. Now this is page view 3. So one user is having one session, but he has visited 3 pages. One user visited 3 pages. And I did all these three at the same time. When I came, and I'm even doing it now. I'm not giving any break. I did not open google.com in the morning and I closed it and I came in the afternoon and I closed it and I came in the night. So I did not do like that. I just opened now, and within opening it, I moved to 3 pages. Now what happens? I am a one user. I have created one session, but in this one user and one session, okay, I have created 3 page views. Okay, so people can view the pages. So I have created 3 page views here, basically. So when people come open your website, that is called a user or a visitor. When they stay on your website, that's basically called a session. Okay, and the page, whichever they click and they move, that is called page views. Okay, and if a person comes and visits your website again and again, he is called a returning user. Okay, if a person who comes to your website for the first time, he is called a new user. Okay, so these are all called metrics. Okay, returning visitors, average session, and bounce rate. Bounce rate is something where people come to your website and without doing anything on your website, they simply go away. Okay, so this is bounce rate. And you have something called demographics, which talks information about the country, city. System is about your computer, which browser used, which operating system, who is the internet service provider. So these are all the summary of the data. Okay, these data is available at the bottom. See, demographics data is available in detail. Do you see demographics here? The same demographics data is available in depth, in detail here. Okay, system is available inside. It is also available under the other options. We can go ahead and explore each and everything under behavior, under technology, or mobile. Okay, so we have several options, and Google is adding more and more every day. Okay, so this is basically a overview of the audience section. Okay, and this is basically, there is something called active users. Active users means people who are using your website on a regular basis, actively using your website. If a person comes to your website for one day, he is called a one day active user. If he is coming to your website again and again for continuously 7 days, he is called 7 day active user. If he is coming to your website for 14 days or 28 days, respectively, they are called 28-day active users, 14-day active users, 7-day active users, and 1-day active users. Means, who are those people who are active users? For example, we all are active users of WhatsApp. Okay, we all are active users of WhatsApp. We all are active users of Google Meet because we use Google Meet every day. Okay, so it simplifies something. Okay, it says some signals. When a person comes to a website for only one day and he never comes back in his lifetime, which means this person doesn't like the product. If a person is continuously coming to your website again and again, he is considering your product, let me say for 7 days, And for 28 days and above, if a person is visiting your website again and again, he should be a customer or he should be a regular, visitor of your website. Okay, so it says the more active users is more the value that you get. Okay, so one day active users, I have somewhere around 10 people, 52 people or 72, 7 days active users. 79 people are visiting the website every once in 14 days, and 189 people, okay, are people who are using the website on 28 days on active basis. Okay, and there are two new things that is introduced by Google, that is basically called lifetime value. Lifetime value is basically the value that your business gains throughout the life of the advertisement or your website. Basically, a customer or a visitor who comes to your business, opens your website and see your business details, they are called visitor. Okay, once they come, they make a business with you or they sign up for your newsletter, they sign up for your YouTube channel. Okay, and they are called customers. Okay, and those customers who give you regular business to you, those are called lifetime value customers. Okay, so lifetime value customers, which means my website has a different channels of people who are coming down. Okay, but this particular one is basically the lifetime value, which actually means getting business, okay, on consistent basis from a person who gives us the business on regularly, indirectly. Okay, so when I say, whenever Google says it is beta, which means it is under trial version. Okay, right, Google may add it later or it may even remove it from now, because once it is launched to the audience will express how it is. If Google believes this tool is really productive, then Google will have it, otherwise Google will remove this tool from here. Okay, now there is something called cohort analysis. Okay, so cohort analysis means getting analytical data in a single window without looking into different data, right? Okay, in a single window. Okay, actually I don't have much of data to show. Okay, very few metrics is available for me. Okay, day 0 is 100%. 100% people, how many people who came to the website, 16 users who came. Okay, 7 users who came. Okay, so day 1, so there is no sufficient metric to show it in my website. And so what we can do is we can go click on the demo button, which we have, demo account we have, where we can better understand. Okay, where you can better understand about the complete metric. Okay, so cohort analysis, okay, which is basically the summary of the performance of your website on the whole day or whole week or sometimes. Look at this one. Okay, you can see something called color coding, kind of color coding. Okay, where the metrics is like, okay, when people come to your website on day 1 until day 8 approximately. Okay, day 0 to day 8 is what they have. Okay, on different date, how people came to your website. Okay, how many people who came on which date, and the highest thickest color we have 4.92, which means people who visited your website on October 17 2020, right? Those are all the people who had a very high interaction with your website. Okay, they have been with your business for a long time. And people who visit your website on October 13 2020. Okay, and this is the second highest people. And if you see other places, 0.75, 1.18, now you can better understand that people who came to this website on October 17 2020, okay, very high quality visitors is what we have got. Even Google has this option, a cohort analysis as an option, I mean as a beta option. So once Google confirms on how to use this beta options, automatically we can take advantage of it. Okay, so as of now it is under beta. Google may make it as a primary option. Okay, now I have to switch it to my own property of amodakumar.com instead of from demo. I have some technical issue by going to this particular account automatically from there. So I'm going from here. Okay, so audience, under audience, cohort analysis, what I have seen. Okay, under cohort analysis or audience section, there is something called audiences. I would like to tell you one thing. Earlier, okay, around 2.5 years back, there was only one option called audiences and there is nothing inside. But in the 2 to 2.5 years span, which we are seeing right now, Google has added these many options inside. Okay, which means instead of giving it the data into to you in a single format, they have broken down data into small ones. Okay, to make the task very easier for us. Okay, so this is basically a 7-day data is what I have taken. I can click on this 7 days data and I can choose a day. Last 30 days data maximum is the monthly data, and I can apply so that I can see some decent number of visitors and also the stuff, and from there I can read something. So audiences, okay, there's something called audiences, and there is no metric to show in front of audiences. Might be uh, kind of issue, because when we have visitors then the audiences are not being shown. Okay, so the information is not being shown here, don't worry about it. Okay, and we have one more option called user explorer. That's really a wonderful option, which is basically going to tell about how people are coming to your website and exploring the content inside your website. Okay, look at this one. There is something called client ID, that is ID for a device. From this particular device or ID, how many sessions was created by a user, which means how many times he came to your website, and how much time he stayed on your website at an average of 4 minutes and 11 seconds with a bounce rate of 51.06 seconds. Okay, and the person who came to this website from this particular IP address or this particular client ID has filled up the form, submitted the form, and the conversion rate is almost like 8.51 percentage. Okay, now this client ID is something which is very unique across the globe. Okay, if you are accessing a website from a mobile phone, the mobile phone will have a client ID. If you are accessing the website from a desktop, the desktop will have a client ID. If you are accessing a mobile phone from your tablet, that electronic device will be assigned a client ID, and this client ID is permanent. Once the client ID is fixed for electronic device, that is fixed for lifetime. Okay, that is not a temporary ID. Once in lifetime, once a device is fixed, the device will have a client ID, and this client ID is permanent in nature, that is not a temporary in nature. Okay, any electronic device, let me say you go to browsing center, that browsing center, a computer will have a client ID. The previous user would have used the same client ID. You go over and sit, your Google account will change, but still the device will have the same client ID. The client ID is like your mobile number IMEI number, whereas the user is like a SIM card. So any mobile can have any SIM card. Okay, at the same time, the client ID is like IMEI number for your computer. Okay, Google does not use your IP address to track your performance or visitors. Okay, Google does not use your IP address, it uses a client ID that is assigned for every electronic device. It can be a smartphone, it can be a tablet, it can be a computer. Every smartphone will have a client ID. Okay, now every client ID you can click open, and it is going to give you the details about. Okay, it is going to give you the details about the visitors. It is not going to give you the personal information of the visitor, but it is going to give you the details about the visitors, like the client ID from where the visitors have visited. It is very private. And there is something called BigQuery client ID. There is a process called big data Hadoop, where they use this data for their calculation purposes. So this ID is used to check whether this computer user is using this resources for how many days or how many time. And the user explorer information is going to give something like lost day seen, device lost seen. Today's date is 20. Okay, and lost seen, a user visited my website October 15 2020. After that the user did not come to my website, and this user is using a desktop computer to come, and he is searching from internet and he is coming to my website web. And the first day when he visited my website is on April 12 2020. You are getting a point? April 12 2020 is the first date when this gentleman came to my website for the first time. Okay, and how he came to my website? He actually searched, or he directly typed my website URL and came to my website. Okay, direct visitor. And so what happens here? I can see this data here, and it says on October 19 2020, that is like yesterday's data. Okay, so October 19 2020, what he has done October 19th. Yesterday, what this gentleman has done, he came to my website at 3:31 a.m. early morning, and he stayed in my website for 6 minutes and 11 seconds. See, look at this one. how a data is being tracked. Okay, morning 3:31 a.m. he came to my website. He stayed on my website for 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, and he came to my website by clicking on a social link, maybe a Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. So the visitor who came to my website is through social. Okay, and he has done 2 page views after coming to my website. He stayed there for 6 minutes and 11 seconds, and in the process he saw 2 pages in my website. At 3:31 a.m., okay, he visited the website. He made 1 page view, and I mean at 3:25 he made 1 page view, and after that he came to the same page at 3:31. So 3:25 a.m., 3:31 a.m. Okay, this is a page view is what we call it as. What he has done, he has visited the home page only both the time. Okay, at 3:31 he came to my page. He visited only the home page and he spent around 6 minutes. Again at 4:17 a.m. he came. He spent 1 minute and 3 seconds, and he has made a 5 impressions. What he has done? He made 5 impressions. How he made 5 impressions? At 4:16 he came to the home page, online digital marketing trainer. Again at 4:16 he was at the page, 2 page views. Again at 4:16 he moved to the page Amadhu Kumar, expert digital marketing training in Chennai. That's my about page, about Amadhu Kumar page. Okay. Then after 1 minute he moved to the page called SEO training in Chennai at 4:17 a.m. And he also explored email marketing training in Chennai at 4:17 a.m. So within 1.5 minutes or 1 minute 03 second, the user started visiting my website at 4:16 and he ended up visiting this website at 4:17. Like this person came to my website on October 19th 5 times, and these are the times where he came all the way from. He came from the computer, online digital marketing course, online digital marketing trainer, something like that. So this is basically user explorer. Okay, now you might be wondering how people say how Google is tracking your data. Okay, so such a wonderful tracking power is what we have with respect to Google. If you learn how to use it, it's going to be a very effective platform for you. Okay, so this is basically the audience, or the overview, user section of this one. Okay, and we also have other platforms like demographics, interest of all those. Okay, so I can also help you understand about those metrics too.